This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAT.
Gold heading back to Lawrence County.
Your home for the County of Champions.
Settles under it. The senior makes the catch. Perfection. Neshannock, again, are your Class 2A state champions.
Force out the third, and that will do it. Mohawk is your 3A softball champions.
Buzzer's going to sound. Union repeats as the Class 1A WPIAL champions.
The top local athletes and the top sports moments all featured here, live or archived at lcsportsnet.com.
Sideline getting by one defender, and he's going to go all the way by Harrison. Harrison on the ground finds Blundo. Blundo rolls it in, up and good for two.
Shallow right field, giving a run, and a sliding catch made.
Down to 6 on the play clock. Here's snap in the hole. The kick is up. The kick is long enough. It is good.
That's fly ball deep right field. Get out of here.
Hope running for his life. Throws it up for grab. There's a man open.
Touchdown.
No way!
Ripped away from him. Right back to Stanley from the seat of his pants, and he throws it off the window and in.
Featuring over 100 broadcasts of county events in over a dozen sports. Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Tonight, the Mohawk Warriors have their sights set on a share of the section title in 3A WPIAL. However, the mountain they have to climb tonight, the reigning 2A state champion Aliquippa Quips, the #1 team in the state of Pennsylvania in AAA basketball. Live from Mohawk High School, it's high school basketball on the Lawrence County Sports Network tonight, powered by Maley Chiropractic, MVP Insurance, the Newcastle Transit Authority, UPMC Orthopedic Care, Penn Ohio Bottled Water, Madur Bonner Law, Gem Builders, Pontius Insurance, Works in Progress, the Crane Room Grill, City Rescue Mission, Tri-County Principals Association, and the Mohawk Education Association, and also by the Lawrence County Community Action Partnership. Eric Thomas and Tim Continenza with you here tonight. Before we tip things off tonight, we will watch tonight's senior ceremony with the basketball team here at Mohawk High School. You see it right there on your screen. They're going to introduce the senior class here in about a minute. It'll take about 15 minutes or so, and then we'll carry that live for you. And then we will come back after that to get you set for tip-off. But just some quick thoughts here, Tim. This is obviously a big night for Mohawk. You know, you can look at Aliquippa and, okay, they're 39-1 in section games the last 4 seasons. The only team that's beat them is Seton LaSalle. That came all the way back in 21-22. They are the reigning state champs in 2A. They move up to 3A this year. If Mohawk's going to get a couple things out of this tonight, 1 could be a share of the section title. 2, I think more importantly, they're going to find out where they stand late in the season going up against what is the best team in AAA basketball.
Yeah, I think 2 is really where they're at. I mean, obviously, the challenge in front of them is going to be huge. I mean, last time they faced each other at Aliquippa came away with a 32-point win. So it's going to be an uphill challenge, but I think a challenge they're looking forward to.
Blake Logan's the first senior introduced. So let's take a listen and watch here the senior ceremony tonight, and then we'll take a timeout, come back, and we will get you set for tip-off tonight between Aliquippa and Mohawk.
Jackson Peters. Jackson is the son of David L. Peters. Jackson has played basketball and baseball for 4 years at Mohawk. He's also an active member of National Honor Society, Peer Leaders, Spanish Club, and Club Hope. Outside of school, he enjoys spending time with family, friends, hunting, fishing, and cooking. Jackson plans to attend Penn State and be involved with the Air Force ROTC and major in criminal justice. Good luck, JP. Now on to the cheerleaders. Berlin Cribs. Berlin is the daughter of Jonathan and Angel Cribs. She has been a cheerleader for 9 years and has uttered the last 3. She has also coached midget cheerleading and as well as tights and peewees for the last 2 years. In her free time, she likes to spend time with her friends and family. Berlin plans on attending Westminster College, but is undecided as to her major. Best of luck, Berlin. cheered for Mohawk for the past 10 years. She has led as a varsity cheerleader for the past 3 years. She is the president of FBLA and a member of Mohawk's National Honor Society and as an active member of Key Club. She was also a finalist in the Lawrence County Distinguished Young Woman Scholarship Program. Olivia plans on attending Westminster and studying sports management. Good luck, Olivia. Nevaeh Grimes. Nevaeh is the daughter of Jeffrey and Jennifer Grimes. She is the vice president of FBLA, member of National Honor Society, member of Peer Leaders, 3-year letterman in varsity girls track, and currently captain of the Mohawk varsity cheer team. She has participated in 3 musicals, Newsies, Shrek, and Wizard of Oz, as a featured dancer. This year, she was a finalist in the Distinguished Young Woman in Lawrence County, where she received a Fitness Scholarship Award and Eric Butch Essay Contest winner. Nevaeh enjoys reading, traveling, and spending time with friends and dancing competitively at Jennifer Lee's Dance Gallery for 16 years. Nevaeh plans to attend a 4-year university in the fall majoring in psychology. Good luck, Nevaeh. Delaney Hartman. Delaney is the daughter of Hart and Tam Hartman. Delaney is a member of the basketball team and a captain this year and has been playing for 10 years. She is also a member of the cheerleading squad and has been cheering for 10 years, latter the past 3 years, and is this year's co-captain. She has also helped coach Kiwi cheerleading the past 2 years. Delaney is also a part of Club Hope. She enjoys spending time with friends and family following high school graduation. Delaney plans to attend Slippery Rock University and study sports management. Good luck, Delaney. Carmen Park. Carmen is the daughter of Brooke Hall, and also with her tonight is her brother Connor Hartman. Carmen has been a member of the varsity volleyball team for 4 years and a 3-year letter winner. Carmen has also competed for 4 years during the off-season with the Mahoney Valley Premier Volleyball Club. She is a member of the varsity cheer squad and has led it for 3 years. Carmen is also a 2-year member of the National Honor Society. She enjoys spending time with friends, family, as well as coaching her Mohawk Midget cheerleading squad. Carmen plans on going to college and pursue her education in accounting and finance. Best of luck, Carmen. Emma Jenkins. Emma is the daughter of Frank and Kelly Jenkins. She had participated in cheer for 3 years and led her 2 of those years. Emma is an active member of Student Council, Key Club, and FFA at Mohawk. When she graduates, she plans to attend Slippery Rock University, where she will major in early childhood education. Best of luck, Emma.
Emily Masters. Emily is the daughter of Michael and Peggy Masters. She's been a cheerleader for 10 years. She was selected as a finalist in the Lawrence County Distinguished Young Women program last year. She is also a member of NHS in the girls track and field team. After graduation, she plans to attend YSU and receive a
the cheer one more time for our seniors.
All right, so there is the introduction of the seniors, both basketball players and cheerleaders. And it's a very short class if you're a basketball player. Not a lot of upperclassmen on this team. In fact, the two best players in this team still have at least a year or two to go, and Bobby Fadden and Drew Rona. But certainly those two are going to be celebrated in the coming years. But that's a good sign for this Mohawk team if you're waiting to see what the future might look like. They're going to get, obviously, another year of those two combined. But not a lot of seniors on this team, not like we had last year for this game where they introduced basically half the team.
Yeah, you know, that's just kind of the roll of the dice on classes and how it works. But the success this team has had and the leadership they get from these two seniors has been huge for them as they move forward. But you're right, this team is young and has a bright future in front of them.
Games all across the area tonight. A couple that we'll keep an eye on for you as this one unfolds here tonight. Newcastle is at Fox Chapel. If the Hurricanes win that game, they will get first place in Section 1 of 6A, so that's huge for them. They would sweep the season series with Fox Chapel too, so that's important because they would then have the tiebreaker for it. Seed's going to improve, and obviously you start looking at matchups. The WPIAL playoffs committee meets on February 10th. The playoffs do not start till the 13th. A couple of these teams will have games beyond Friday night, maybe a non-conference game, after a cutoff or whatever, just to stay fresh as the playoffs unfold. But that's a big game tonight for Newcastle. And elsewhere, too, we have Laurel at Neshannock. Now, that might not seem like a big game on paper because Neshannock handled them in the first meeting, but Laurel is fighting for a playoff spot. So anything they can do tonight to help their cause would be huge going into Friday night, where they basically will play a win and probably get in playoff game or play-in game, so to speak, on Friday night to close out the regular season. So we'll keep an eye on all that stuff for you on our Newcastle Transit out-of-town scoreboard update. While we have a chance, we'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll get the pregame show underway here live from Mohawk High School. It's Aliquippa and Mohawk tonight right here on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
Just like going to the doctor, our homes need a checkup too. If your home is not properly weatherized, you could be at risk for symptoms that cause unhealthy ailments and higher utility bills. The Weatherization Assistance Program is the key to reducing utility costs and increasing comfort in your home. Services include an in-home energy audit to inspect your furnace and hot water tank, check for air sealing around windows and doors, and ensure adequate insulation and ventilation. Learn more at lcap.org or call the Department of Healthy Homes to get your checkup today.
Congratulations to our January LCAP Team of the Month. The Lawrence County SportsNet is proud to honor Neshannock Competitive Spirit as the January LCAP Team of the Month after winning their third PIAA championship in 4 years. LC SportsNet is also proud to honor Wilmington Competitive Spirit for winning the D10 championship in just their second year as a competition team. Congratulations to Coach Daughtry and the Neshannock cheer team, as well as Coach Hordeski and Blois and the Wilmington cheer squad, our January LCAP Teams of the Month.
Lawrence County SportsNet is proud to honor Newcastle's Ralphie Blundo as the January Red Zone Male Athlete of the Month for scoring his 1,000th career point. LC SportsNet is also proud to honor Elwood City's Kayla Jones as the January Female Athlete of the Month for also eclipsing the 1,000 career point mark. Congratulations and best of luck to 1,000th point scorers Kayla Jones and Ralphie Blundo, the January Red Zone Athletes of the Month.
Welcome back to Mohawk High School. Eric Thomas and Tim Continenz with you about 8 minutes from tip-off now between Mohawk and Aliquippa as the Warriors take sight at a potential tie atop the section, and Aliquippa, you call them the reigning state champs. They were state champs in 2A. Obviously, this is 3A this year, so they'll be a new 2A champ, but they still are a reigning state champ. Just how dominant have they been in the last couple of years? 39-1 in section play the last 4 seasons. Seton LaSalle, the last loss. They're 87-24 during that run, and they've been to 3 state championship games all at the 2A level. Now they've won 8 straight now, and all 8 of those games have been by an average of 38.5 points. What in the world, Tim Continenza, what in the world does Mohawk have to do tonight to slow down this machine, who seems like they're getting into their normal form late in the year?
Yeah, you know, Aliquippa, you just look at defensively. They've only, in section play, have only given up 238 points. Mohawk sitting at number 2 is giving up 410. Almost 200 points difference between them. That's really what the game's going to come down to, turnovers. Mohawk has to be able to avoid the turnovers and be able to eliminate Aliquippa to one shot and get the ball back. I mean, if Aliquippa's able to get extra shots through rebounds and turnovers, it's going to be a runaway, because that's what they've done all season long. And that's what they did the first time these two schools met. So, in my mind, Aliquippa, I mean, if you're Mohawk, it starts on the defensive side. I mean, you have the players offensively. I'm not worried about it. You have Fadden, you have Rona, you know, you have Nail, you have, you know, Platt coming off the bench. You have enough players to score points. The problem is you have to play defense to prevent or lower the scoring average that Aliquippa's at. And, I mean, they're averaging close to 72 points a game.
Should be noted, too, that Mohawk, we said it to you the last couple times we've had them, that all 16 wins this season, they've gone over the 60-point plateau, and 7 of those games, they've gone over 70. So they have to feel relatively comfortable if this gets high scoring. I don't know that they can win a high-scoring game, not the way that Aliquippa's playing right now, beating teams by almost 39 points a game. But if they are clicking and if the game is not called in a manner in which guys get into foul trouble and they have to tap into their bench, more on that in a second, they do have to feel pretty comfortable that they can score tonight if they can, because they've done it all season long.
This is a question. They have, like I said, they got enough scoring power. And I think they have, the key for them will be not get the offensive turnovers and be able to run their offense. Obviously getting Drew Rona involved from the outside and letting Bobby Fadden create both inside and outside on the drive and be able to hit outside. It's going to be a huge part of tonight's storyline. If they can do those things, they're going to be good. Joey Nail's going to have a tough assignment here tonight. He's going to have to be a dogfight getting in there, contesting shots and not picking up fouls, and also being able to get some rebounds. And obviously, you're going to need contributors. And you might need a little bigger bench tonight than you normally do from Mohawk.
Aliquippa in the first meeting defeated Mohawk in that game. Bobby Fadden with 22 and Drew Rona had 14. It should be noted in that game, though, that Mohawk did not play anybody off their bench in that game that had any meaningful minutes. End of the game, sure, but they didn't really tap into it, and we have talked about it before. They are really dependent on their starting 5, and if any one of those guys is out of the lineup for an extended period of time because of fouls or whatever the case is, the bench hasn't really shown, like it did last year late in the season, that they're capable of coming in to fill in roles.
And that's going to be, the hardest part going down the stretch here. And obviously tonight's game, trying to secure a tie of the section championship, and then moving forward into the WPIAL playoffs. I think you're going to have somebody kind of be the unsung hero coming off the bench that maybe hasn't seen a lot of minutes, but is able to produce. Obviously, we've seen Tanner Platt do some nice job. Jackson Peters could maybe step up for them. Those are just 2 names that come off the top of my head that you really would think would have to be that player off the bench who can actually provide some offense and defensive strength for them.
Let's take a look at our keys to the game tonight. Keys to the game are brought to you by Works in Progress Paint Services. Call Joe Red at 724-714-4294 to discuss your next painting project. You see him right there on your screen, but one of the other things we'll talk about too in this game, Aliquippa obviously has Josh Pratt. He has played his best basketball in the bigger games. Last year in the WPIAL final, 30 points, 7 3-pointers. State title game, he tops that. He comes back and hits for 36. This is a guy who transfers from Lincoln Park and did not play basketball as a freshman. His brother now at Northeastern was a star at Lincoln Park. We know that L.A. Pratt helped them get to a bunch of success in the PIAA tournaments with Lincoln Park, but he seems to rise to the occasion when the game is the absolute biggest, and that's going to be a big key for Mohawk tonight to slow him down.
Yeah, no question about it. You're talking about a guy averaging close to 23 points a game and who has an inside-outside game, who can really make nice moves going to the hoop and on drive, and can also come up, pull inside the arc and hit the jumper, a smaller one, can move outside and hit it, and also pass the ball. So he has some great outlets. And you look at what Good has done this year, almost 15 points a game. You look at Reddick and what he brings. This team has good scoring depth and all of their starting 5, maybe even 6 or 7 when you get deep into the numbers.
Take a look at tonight's starting lineups. Those are your keys to the game, brought to you by Works in Progress Paint Services, now booking interior painting projects for both residential and commercial property. Starting lineups tonight are brought to you by the Crane Room Grill. Call to place your order at 724-656-1553. Call ahead and reserve your seat for after the game or place an order for takeout. And let's meet the 6-time state champion Aliquippa Quips. 15-3 overall. They're 10-0 in section play this season. Head coach Nick Lakovich is in his 8th overall season as the head coach, but his second go with the Quips. He was dismissed following the 16 season, and he has since then racked up 177 wins and 39 losses in 3 trips to the state championship game. The Quips will start this 5 tonight. You mentioned Josh Pratt. We talked about him. 23 points a game. Marquise Council, the 4th. Khalil Good one of the key players in that Aliquippa run on the football field for Mike Warfield, 14 points a game for him. Cleaster Longmire and also Antonio Reddick. All those guys saw significant action last year and significant action in the finals of both the WPIAL tournament and the PIAA state tournament as well. For the Mohawk Warriors, they are coached by Mike O'Leary, his fourth season, 9-1 in section play. One full game behind Aliquippa, top of Section 1 and 3A. 16-4 overall. They are coming off a win last week, 2 wins last week, 2 big ones that put them in this position tonight to get to 9-1 and a chance to get a share of the section crown. Bobby Fadden, Drew Rona, Blake Logan, Joey Nail, and Vinny Pizzullo, the normal starting 5 for the Mohawk Warriors. Fadden, of course, at 21, almost 22 points a game. Rona's been fantastic this season with 48 three-pointers, and Nail has played very well of late, so we'll keep an eye on him. The last time we saw them, Vinny Pizzullo did not have one of his better efforts, and he was kind of quiet in that game.
Yeah.
That might be a big X factor for Mohawk tonight.
There's no question. They need Vinny Pizzullo to be that player that he can be, and they need Joey Nails just to be that unsung hero that he's been the last 3 or 4 outings.
That's tonight's starting lineup, brought to you by the Crane Room Grill, 724-656-1553 for reservations. Let's take a listen to tonight's national anthem, and then they'll introduce the lineups, and we will tip it off here tonight for the Section 1 crown in 3A here from Mohawk High School. High School, members of their choral unit, and they'll introduce the starting lineups here once again for Aliquippa. It's going to be Pratt, Josh Pratt, Marquise Council, Khalil Good, Cleaster Longmire, and Antonio Reddick. For Mohawk, it's Fadden, Rona Logan, Nail, and Pizzullo. Of course, these two teams already met this season. And, you know, interesting note, too, about Aliquippa and some of the losses that they had from a season ago. Cam Lindsay was a big factor for him in the paint last season. He is off at Pitt, obviously on a full ride for football. But they also don't bring back Tyke Hayes this year, the starting running back for the Quips on the football field. Did not play football this season. He's going to graduate here, I believe, by the end of the month and then head to Penn State, where he's going to join a crowded backfield with Nick Singleton, Katron Allen, and you may remember Quentin Martin from Bell Vernon. All four of those guys there. So Hayes on his way to Penn State early, opted not to play football this season. Last year, Aliquippa averaged 62 points a game. They won all their games by an average of 20 points per game. And this, ironically enough, might be a more polished Aliquippa team than a season ago because they had a full preseason. Remember, the football team did not extend late into the season and get to the state finals like they had aspirations to do. So Nick Lakovich had the entire squad in his gym for an entire preseason, which is the first time in a long time that Aliquippa can say that, and it's paid off pretty well here with a 15-3 record and looking to wrap up the section title once again. As they introduce the Mohawk starting 5 here tonight and pregame theatrics. Again, if you missed the beginning of the program here tonight, this is going to be a good opportunity. Obviously a 2-factor game. Mohawk, if they win, share the section, but also see where they stand right now. Get a good test this late in the season before they potentially see the Quips a third time in the postseason.
Yeah, it is like a pre-post game test, as you just mentioned. It's an opportunity to measure themselves up. They've had a very successful season so far, but they're going to be facing top talent the rest of the way through, and it starts tonight against Aliquippa.
And they will flip. Mike O'Leary will flip his starting lineup tonight. Jackson Peters will start in place of Pizzulo, and that's for senior night. Jackson Peters, one of the only seniors on this roster for Mohawk, along with Blake Logan. They introduced the seniors before tip tonight, and there are only 2 on the varsity roster. Everybody else a junior or sophomore for Mike O'Leary's Mohawk Warriors. So it's going to be Peters, Nail, Logan, Fadden, and Rona. Opposite uniforms here tonight. Aliquippa will be in the black and red. Mohawk will be in the white, black, and red as the home team. Good crowd on hand as well. Good student section across the way, too. They like to get involved in these big games. This has a big game atmosphere, even though this is really the close to the regular season, and the bigger prize awaits in the coming weeks as the WPIAL tournament will tip off on February 13th. It'll be Fadden, center circle, alongside Khalil Good. The 2 quarterbacks will jump it up for the respective sides. And we are about set to go here tonight from Mohawk High School. Section crown on the line, and the tap is going to be controlled by the Quips. Mohawk starts out in a straight man defense, Fadden up top. See if they run a play underneath. They do, and there is the early bucket as Council lays that in.
Just a simple pass inside into the lane where they had the angle.
Harassing trap defense as Rona gets it up across half court. He is a big key in this game tonight. They would love to get Drew Rona off and running early on tonight along with Fadden. Those 2 are going to have to fuel it for Mohawk, as is the case normally. As Nail, who's played very well of late, gets his first bucket to fall, and we're tied at 2.
And that's what they're going to need from Joey Nail, that type of play inside.
Good reversal, Longmire inside. They kick it out to Reddick. Longmire again at that high post. Tried to hand it off, but he turned it over.
That is going to be big defensively here for the Warriors. They need to continue to play that way with causing turnovers throughout tonight's game.
Fadden on the other end travels as well, so the Warriors will turn it right back over. Aliquippa, of course, #1 in the PIAA state rankings according to the Trib. In AAA, it's Aliquippa, Mahanoy area, Forest Hill, South Allegheny, and Riverside. The team that Aliquippa beat a season ago for the state title, Holy Cross, they have fallen out of the top 5 for now, as that shot is off the mark by Good.
Again, there's Joey Nail getting that rebound, preventing the offensive board here for the Quips.
Good battle on the eastern side of the state in District 2. It's going to be great tournaments in District 2 and 7 before we get to the state tournament. That Riverside Holy Cross matchup for the 3rd time is looming in District 2, and the winner of that may actually get to Hershey to possibly play the Quips for a state title. Nail and Logan, they move it around, and that's tipped and out of bounds off Mohawk, so the second Warriors turnover here in the opening minutes.
Yeah, Logan just made a quick pass and it caught Fadden off guard and went right off his fingertips and out of bounds.
This is Pratt bringing the ball up the floor. He is the top scorer for this Quippa team, one of the best in the WPIAL.
Great body control is what he has when he drives.
And he can hang with the best of them from beyond the arc, too. He is not shy about shooting it as they go back inside again, and a tough angle that time in the layup for Good. There's the man full court again. Good in that backcourt on Rona. Giving up no room for Rona. They switch, and Good's going to get called for the foul, looks like. And it will be on Khalil Good as first, and the team first on Aliquippa.
That's what the Warriors are going to have to do. They're going to be challenged every time they have the ball with tight defenses. They're going to have to try to get the Quips to make these unforced type errors and collect some of these early fouls to try to get them to the line early and take advantage of the well-shooting team that this is from the line.
And another Mohawk turnover. Third is good. Trying to make the extra pass to Pratt, and it's tipped out of bounds.
That's one thing we're going to have to see from Mohawk is more decisive passing. They can't be timid when they make the pass. This is too quick of a team that it gets into the lanes that can make the play.
5:14 to go in the opening quarter. Free ball by Pratt, and his first shot of the night is good. It's a quick 7-2 lead for Aliquippa. 5-0 run here in the last 2 minutes by the Quips. Out to Rona, wide open for three. That is short. Rebound pulled in by the Quips. Racing up ahead, there is Pratt once again. He's got 5 quick points, and this is trending already in Aliquippa's favor. As Rona drives, nice take to the bucket by Drew.
That's what they're going to have to do is take that opportunity. When they see it, go right to the hole and see if they can pick up a foul. But if they don't, they got to finish their shots, and that's what Rona did there.
Pratt's recruiting just blew up after that run last year. There he is again. That one's off the mark, and rebound pulled in by Logan. Rona, quick catch and shoot the other way, in and out. Nail battling for that rebound. And a good diving effort by Peters, but it's going to be off Mohawk and back to Aliquippa.
But you like that effort there. You know, that's what Joey Nail brings you underneath. He'll challenge for any loose ball that's there. They need that here tonight.
Vinny Pizzullo is in for the first time tonight, back to his normal number 14. It's a 5-point lead for Aliquippa. So we get under 4 to go here in the first quarter. So mentioned that, Mohawk may feel okay scoring with this Aliquippa team, but the lower and slower pace certainly you think is going to favor the Warriors tonight. But it's Aliquippa who takes air out of the ball here on this possession.
Yeah, you look at the 2 losses that Aliquippa had earlier this year in a row. They only scored 46 points and 67 points in a double overtime game. So that tells you that if you can control the pace of the game, you may be able to stay with this team.
Marquise Council gets his second bucket of the night. 7-point lead for Aliquippa as Pratt comes up in the front court, and there's the matchup with Fadden. This defense by Aliquippa. Fadden going to the bucket off balance, and he is fouled and will shoot a pair.
That's what you want to see, where Bobby Fadden is challenging the defender, getting some edge to it, and going into the lane. He's such a great three-throw shooter, shooting close to 84% on the season. You want to get him to the line as much as possible.
And that one's going to rim in. You mentioned the losses by Aliquippa early. Cathedral Prep gets them in the Burger King Classic early in the season. That Cathedral Prep team 12-8 right now, and they are battling for their region up in Erie. That was a bit of a shock that they were able to keep it that low scoring, and then they lost a narrow one to Archbishop Wood the next night. Aliquippa lost both games on that trip.
Yeah, I mean, obviously defensively you have to challenge this team. And there you go, you got to get your hands involved in Rona getting in the passing lanes, disrupting that opportunity.
Second Quippa turnover. And getting a foul. Second one going to be on Khalil Good.
And that'll be the third team foul against Aliquippa.
This Aliquippa team had a showdown with Amani that was called off as Fadden dials up a three and he drills it. Mohawk needed that. Here as we come up on 2.5 to go in the first, cuts the lead down to 2. And they had that showdown with Amani, and that was actually called off due to a scuffle. Cost Nick Lakovich a game and a couple of players a game, too. His Council, his little baby jumper is good again. He's got 6 here in the first quarter. Aliquippa just blistering right now from the field. The other way, Pizzulo, a 3-ball is good.
Second three of the quarter here for the Mohawk Warriors.
There's your LCAP instant replay. Pizzulo, good to get him off to a hot start if you're Mohawk. Both teams shooting very well here in the opening 8 minutes. Council on Nail, tough angle, no, and Fadden fighting for that rebound, out-muscles Longmire. He's going to pull up for 3. Got it, Bobby Fadden! And Mohawk the lead by 2 with 1:36 to go in the first.
Back-to-back trays for Bobby.
3 threes in a row for Mohawk. 2 by Fadden and Pizzulo. As Reddick tries to answer, that just sits on the rim forever. Nail hits the deck, jump ball. The arrow is going to favor, it looks like, Mohawk with 1:21 to go in the first. This game, if you're Mohawk, has to legitimately be a 4-quarter game. You just try to win the first, you try to win the second, you try to win the third, you try to win the fourth.
Yeah, it really does come down to simple math and mentality. You've got to pay attention and be in every quarter. You can't have a 8, 10-point run against you.
Great matchup with Fadden and Pratt on this end of the floor as we come up on 60 to go in the quarter.
This is smart.
Rona, and he was
fouled,
but no call. Other way, good, nice feed. Reddick off the window. They're going to wave it off, and they're going to get Reddick for the offensive foul.
There's our Moderna ball, change of possession on that charging call.
MaduroMinorLaw.com, your community firm with a personal connection and individualized service.
See if they hold here, Eric, for the last 40 seconds.
Just thinking the same thing. Just take that lead into the second quarter. Already a much better effort than what Mohawk had the first meeting. 25 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Good opening 8 minutes here from a packed Mohawk High School. Rona, he's guarded tightly by Good, who's got the 2 fouls. Surprised maybe they don't challenge Good a little bit defensively. And a strip by Pratt. Man, he's tight defensively. Down to 6, down to 5. Rona, can he get a clean shot off? Back to Fadden, slips. Fadden drives at the buzzer, and it doesn't fall. What a start to this one, though, as Mohawk's going to take a 15-13 lead with them into the second quarter. The second quarter next on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
Calling all sports fans. Never miss a moment with real-time alerts, keeping you in the loop when your favorite teams are playing.
Get instant updates sent straight to your phone with game schedules, changes, and all the latest news.
You can receive important updates and reminders, so you're always prepared for game time.
Be the first to cheer on your local teams and show your support.
Receive important updates and reminders, so you're always prepared for the game.
Signing up is quick and easy. Don't miss out. Sign up now and stay connected to the action.
Plus, follow us on social media for live updates, behind-the-scenes content, and community news.
Cold winds blowing, temperatures dropping, and snow is beginning to fall. And then your furnace goes out. LCAP's LIHEAT Crisis Program is here to help. If your furnace is blowing cold air, not turning on, or not reaching the desired temperature, help is right around the corner, whether it needs fixed or replaced. For information, call the Department of Healthy Homes at 724-656-0090. LCAP's Healthy Home programs are the key to safer living.
Both teams shooting very well to start the game tonight. Aliquippa 6 of 8, Mohawk 5 of 8 in the opening quarter. It's a 2-point lead for the Warriors as we start the second. Eric Thomas and Tim Continenza with you. Aliquippa has the ball to start the second quarter. Pratt with 5 in that first quarter. A little runner by Pratt is good.
Now defensively for the Warriors, they got to have that mentality each quarter because of the reset of fouls They got to start over thinking it's 0-0 on that and try to build that up and try to get their players opportunities to get the bonus shots.
Fadden, Pizzullo, Logan, Rona, and Nail. So the starting five, the usual starting five, on the floor is Fadden, little chest bump into Pratt. And again, this Aliquippa team, as good as they've been offensively, this side of the ball might be their strongest, and that's saying something.
Yeah.
Mohawk will throw it away for the 5th time here in the first half.
That is absolutely factual there, Eric, is they've only given up 238 points in section play. This is a team that lives defensively to create the turnovers and get easy buckets in transition, and it gets extra shots that way. So that is really going to be the key, is when you have the ball for the Warriors, not to turn over the ball and give Aliquippa an opportunity to run.
Pratt once again, he's guarded by Pizzullo. Pull up, there is Pratt, slick move and a great shot by the talented junior who's now got 9 on the night as Rona brings it up the floor. 2-point lead for Aliquippa, lob underneath the Nail. Off balance, that was blocked, and it's gonna be out of bounds back to Aliquippa. Partially tipped that time.
Yeah, I'm surprised it didn't stay with the Warriors on that call.
Nail got a fingernail on it at the very tail end. Pratt once again loads up. That one off the mark. Good rebound and put back by Reddick. And a timeout called by Mike O'Lear, a Pontius Insurance timeout with 6:16 to go in the first half. Make sure you take time out to save money on your insurance. Visit pontiusinsurance.com to request a quote for auto, home, business, or life insurance. pontiusinsurance.com. While we have a moment, let's say hi to our friends down in Cypress, Texas at the VFW. Thanks to their support of the Mohawk Warriors. We appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. As always, watching us in the Lone Star State tonight. We hope you're enjoying this one as we are here. It's a 4-point lead for Aliquippa almost halfway through this second quarter.
Right now, if you got to be happy with the style of play the Warriors are playing, but most importantly for them right now is not to turn over the ball like they did in the last possession and be able to get it. They haven't got a couple plays go their way when they got it into Joey Nail and when he had it outside when Rona tried to hit the shot that was partially blocked. So right now, these are the situations that they're in. They got to work their way through those tough calls and continue to play hard.
Mohawk ball out of the timeout, down by 4, 6:10 to go in the first half. Rona and Fadden and Nail and company are trying to stay hot. They start 0 for 1 here in the quarter. Now 5 and 9 shooting here in the first half.
I don't think you're looking to take off X amount of time per possession as much as you're looking for good quality opportunities to score.
Rona drives, kick out, Fadden all alone for 3, high arcing, and it hits the back iron. Rebound tipped around. Nail comes up with it. Now he resets with Logan. Drew's going to dial up a 3 of his own, and he drills it.
That's what Joey Nail brings you on the offensive board, picking up that loose ball, working it back around, finding Rona for the tray.
LCAP replay. As Drew's got his second bucket of the night, has 5, and it's down to 1. Nice little screen and roll as Council goes to the bucket, lays it in. He's got 8.
I think, as you can see already, the strategy here is to use the 3 ball as effectively as you can and hit a high percentage.
Keeping that alive, and the kick out. That one off the mark by Pizzullo. We get a foul underneath. They'll go the other way.
Yeah, Rona got him on the arm coming in for that offensive rebound opportunity. That'll be his first. You know, it's kind of like you see a lot in college basketball. You've seen a lot in a high school game. 3 is greater than 2, but for the Warriors, it's not taking a lot of threes. It's taking good quality looks at threes. And so far, they've been successful at that.
Pratt pull up 3-pointer of his own, and it's good. He is so good, but that wingspan for 6'2", it looks like he plays about 6'6", the way he's got that long wingspan to just outshoot everybody.
Great body control, too. And that's really what's impressive when you look at him and the way he handles it. There's that, again, this is something that they're going to have to work on. And, Blake Logan there, that indecisive passing, you got to be very particular what you're doing with the ball. You can't be timid with the ball. That's going to give Aliquippa a chance to get their hands in the passing zone and make plays.
Stays with Mohawk with 4:14 to go. Pratt just, his wingspan, he's all arms, and he's very lanky. Reminds you a little bit of a shorter Kevin Durant. The way he can just elevate.
Not a bad comparison.
That's not a bad comparison at all. Durant's so hard to defend the way he can basically extend to like 7'5", 7'6". With his wingspan. Pratt certainly adds about 2 inches to his frame when he elevates and shoots. Fadden, 3:44 to go. It's a 6-point lead for Aliquippa. Rona, and that one's blocked again. And Rona's going to corral it. And the other way, Fadden, that one's off the mark and good the rebound. He was bumped by Logan, but no call.
Yeah, for the most part, they've let them play here tonight. I mean, both sides. They only been, the more aggressive fouls have been called.
Mohawk is 1 of 5 here in the quarter as the other way, Banks knocks down a 3.
His first points of the game. And all of a sudden, it's a 9-point lead here for Aliquippa. This is an important possession here for the Warriors. They got to run their offense and get a good look. Obviously, scoring is hugely important. But if they can drive into the lane, even get a deuce would be an important thing right now, just to kind of stop this run here for Aliquippa.
Aliquippa has not missed a field goal in the second quarter with 2:46 to go in said quarter. Logan and company, and you see how hard these guys on Mohawk are having to work against this defense as that one's bumped out of bounds by Ingram. It'll stay on the Mohawk side. Marquise Council.
Again, you're seeing that quick, decisive hands for Aliquippa, knocking the ball away. You can't look away. You have to know exactly where you're at with the ball against this team. They are so defensively oriented.
2.5 to go in the first half. It's a 9-point advantage for the Quips. Trying to wrap up another section win as Rona's got to get rid of it, and he does. Logan has that poked from behind, but into the backcourt. Council, tight defense on him. Now Longmire up on Rona. Fine Fadden. Fadden trying to slip by Pratt, and Pratt with that long reach again.
Yeah, able to knock that ball away. It should stay with the Warriors, but they're going to talk this over. I think they're going to change that rule. One of the officials is going to send it to Aliquippa, but they're going to change that and give it back to the Warriors, which is the correct call.
That 30-second timeout called by, I believe, Mohawk.
Yeah.
Pontius Insurance timeout. Again, visit pontiusinsurance.com to get the best rates and customer service. You can also call a local agent at Pontius Insurance. Coming up at halftime, we'll have our UPMC halftime show. UPMC is Lawrence and Mercer County's local choice for advanced orthopedic care. To get you back on your feet faster, visit upmc.com to find a doctor near you.
See what Coach O'Leary draws up coming out of this timeout here. See if they run some kind of set play. They maybe get inside and see if they can get a drive into the lane or even kick it back out to, to Pizzulo or Rona or Fadden and see what they can do here. They've missed their last 2 or 3 threes in a row, and that's really been the difference right now. They've been living on that outside. They haven't had too many points on the inside. Fadden has done a nice job getting in when he can. Nail had that opening jumper, but for the most part, they've been living from the outside.
Yeah, Mohawk in this quarter, again, just 1 for 5 shooting. Meanwhile, Aliquippa just lighting it up from the floor right now as they are 6 for 6 in the quarter, 12 of 14 in this first half for the Quips.
Wow.
You're going to be tough to beat anybody.
If you're shooting that high percentage.
If you're shooting that high, but when you're this team, backdoor to Fadden, but he can't handle it.
It's a good drawn-up play.
Ripped away. 7th Mohawk turnover. Pratt, slippery move, gets away. And that one into the hands of Longmire. Can't hit the runner, and the put back. The foul, though, as Council sticks it back in, and he'll shoot from the line with 1:51 to go in the half. Foul's going to be on Joey Nail. That's his first. Khalil Good is back in for Aliquippa in place of Anthony Ingram. Council having a big first half here with 10. It's an 11-point lead, and it'll stay 11 as Fadden, or rather Pizzulo with the rebound, and now Fadden gets it from him with 1:45 to go in the half.
They're going to challenge Fadden every time he has the ball in his hands.
There goes Bobby trying to split the double team, threw one up off the glass. And Fadden will draw the foul and get 2 shots.
That's what the Warriors need to do. They're going to need to drive into the lane. This defensive team is known to collapse on them, but you have the ability to pick up that foul and send a Bobby Fadden to the line. That's a good thing.
And we've already said it tonight about Aliquippa's offense and their defense. How about the fact that's only their first foul called here in the second quarter? It's the second foul.
Yeah.
It's a very disciplined team. They are not this, just roll it out on the floor.
Yeah, and another thing that really helps is the change of the rule last year when they get the 5 fouls per quarter and they reset. I mean, the previous quarter, they had 4 in the first quarter. They would be at 6 right now if you had the old rules. Big difference.
That is a huge difference, especially when you get in those tighter games. 10-point game now as they are trying to make it happen here. Reddick gets it back, and he'll put it in. He's got his second bucket of the night.
Really changes the game of basketball in a lot of ways with that change of rule there.
Runner with a deep 3 off the mark. Mohawk stays cold here in the second. Rebound control by Fadden, but it's taken away by Pratt. And here comes the talented junior to throw it down with 2 hands. Rona underneath, Nail, nice find, but he couldn't hit it.
Yeah, it was a perfect pass. Unfortunately, Nail just couldn't finish it.
Ball the other way, Pratt off the mark. And a foul from behind is going to be on Good, and that's going to be his third.
Yeah, there's the scenario now. Only 30 seconds left here in the quarter. But they're going to probably, I know they don't go to the bench often, but Pratt, or Good may just have to sit down in the last 30 seconds here.
See if Mohawk holds for the final shot of the half. So they were able to close the first with possession. Again, Pratt shadowing Fadden. He'll step up now one-on-one, down to 13 seconds to go.
Yeah, they got to score here. They've only scored 4 points this quarter.
Fadden trying to slip by Pratt again. There's that long reach, and Pratt, nice job to stay off of Fadden. Nail the rebound, Nail in a fight. And they're going to get a late foul called on Council. And that's going to send Nail, they're not going to say.
I think it's on the floor.
It is on the floor, so they're going to put 1 second back on the clock, it looks like.
Yeah, I think you got to be at least 1 second, maybe 1.5 seconds in that range. They're going to put it at 1. So you got to get it in the hands of one of your shooters. Obviously, Rona and Fadden are your 2 top receivers, but Pizzulo has the opportunity to hit from deep too. So let's see if they can get it in and do a quick pass to one of their shooters, either in or outside the arc, and convert.
Fadden's going to be in the mix in the paint. Pizzulo's over in the far corner. Rona lobs it up. Bobby catches. There might have been contact there too, and he could not connect on that one. So that is how the quarter is going to close. Mohawk only scores 4 points in the second quarter. Meanwhile, a 20 spot for Aliquippa in the second, and they take a commanding 33-19 lead to the locker room. Coming up next, it'll be our UPMC halftime show. We'll give you the scoring recap and look ahead of the second half. That comes your way next year in the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $30 visit to the Maley Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapy is necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game.
Hey Mom, do you need a ride to the store today?
Oh, no thanks, hon. I got it covered. Mike's taking me.
Okay, well, you have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, right? I can take you to that.
No, I got it covered too. Mike's taking me.
Mike?
Yes, Mike's my ex-driver. Picks me up right at my door and even helps carry my groceries. It's so convenient to schedule and ride with Axe. Wish I would have called him sooner.
Okay, Mom. Sounds like you got it covered.
I have an apple pie ready to eat. How about you help me with that?
When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there. MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Madure and David Verratti want to provide you with the level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of the locations in Xenia Leopold or in New Springfield, Ohio. Call MVP for the win. Proud sponsor of the MVP of the game on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Works in Progress Painting wishes a successful and satisfying season to all the Lawrence County sports teams and athletes. Work hard and bring honor to your team, school, and family in how you play. Joe Wright and his family have been providing painting, window cleaning, and other property services for business and homeowners in the Lawrence County area for over 10 years. Their goal on every project is to provide a meaningful service that honors their customer, God, and their family, and to have fun while doing it. Works in Progress is now booking interior painting projects for both residential and commercial projects. Call Joe today at 724-714-4294 to discuss your next project.
Tired of gasoline costs? Why drive? Let the Newcastle Transit Authority take you where you want to go. Serving the city of Newcastle and stops throughout Lawrence County, as well as weekday service to Pittsburgh. Public transportation just makes sense. Why drive when you can relax and ride? For more information or for route schedules, log on to newcastletransit.org. The Newcastle Transit Authority, going your way. And remember, senior citizens ride free.
At Madore Bonner Law, we're more than just attorneys. We're your community partners. With a combined experience that spans decades, attorneys Jason Madore, Michael Bonner, and Greg Rossitelli are your trusted advisors for all legal matters. From personal injury to estate planning, business law to family disputes, we are here to guide you through every step of the legal process. Our full-service, community-based approach ensures that you're not just a client, but a valued member of our family. Give us a call or visit us online at madorebonnerlaw.com for more information.
GEM building contractors and developers have a proven record of performance on any size project. They bring value, local craftsmanship, expert management to meet any challenge. From design construction, from inspection to budget estimation, GEM Builder has been building our community for 70 years.
When it comes to protecting those you love, the businesses you've built, or the things you've earned, you need someone you can trust. Who better to protect your interests than a local insurance agent? Pontius Insurance is a team of local agents helping local residents in Lawrence County and surrounding areas, specializing in auto, home, business, and life insurance. Come see Dan Pontius, Jessica Dix, and Tracy Giddings, and the rest of the team at Pontius Insurance, and receive the personalized service you deserve.
Don't get left out to dry. Call the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company for the fastest and most efficient bottled water delivery service in the area. Penn Ohio offers bottled water ranging from 16.9-ounce bottles to 5-gallon jugs, perfect for your next event or office water cooler system. Also, don't forget to ask about their custom labeling options. Visit PennOhioBottledWater.com for more information and to get a quote on their delivery services. Whether it's at home, in the office, or on the sidelines, Penn Ohio has you covered.
Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in Neshannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
Your hip, your knee, your shoulder, whatever has been holding you back, UPMC Orthopedic Care is where you'll find experts to help you get back to a better quality of life. UPMC is pioneering minimally invasive surgeries, and we offer personalized treatment plans and same-day surgery to get you home and moving sooner. It's your ankle, your elbow, your hand, and it's your move. Visit upmc.com/ortho to learn how UPMC can help.
Welcome back to our UPMC halftime show. UPMC Orthopedic Care is Lawrence and Mercer County's local choice for sports medicine services. To schedule an appointment at any of the 4 Lawrence County locations, call 724-983-7000. Well, it was a first half, very close at the end of one. In fact, Mohawk had a 2-point lead at the end of one, and then Aliquippa just throws it in another gear in the second quarter. And they have a 33-19 lead over the Warriors here at the half. One more game of the regular season for Mohawk. That comes your way on Friday night against Freedom. They're at Freedom on Friday night, and then it's a WPIAL playoffs on February 13th. Let's take a look at who has the edge so far tonight with our Creative Edge scoring recap. Creative Edge, where design and construction come together with experience. For Aliquippa in the first half, led by Josh Pratt, 14 points, 10 for Marquise Council, 4 for Antonio Reddick, 3 for Rashawn Banks off the bench, and Khalil Good with 2. Anthony Ingram and Cleaster Longmire both played but did not score in the first half. Aliquippa goes 6 of 8 in the first quarter, 9 of 9 in the second quarter to finish the first half, 15 of 17 shooting from the floor. For Mohawk, lit on the bucket in the second quarter, and it really hurt too, but they were led in the first half by Bobby Fadden with 10. 5 for Drew Rona, 2 for Joey Nail, and 3 for Vinny Pizzullo. Jackson Peters started, and Blake Logan came in for him. There has not been anybody else that has seen the floor tonight for Mohawk, and they end up shooting 1 of 9 in the second quarter to finish 6 of 17 in the first half, and just 4 points in the second quarter. And that's a big reason why they are down right now, 33-19. That's your Creative Edge scoring recap. From concept to creation, they combine their extensive construction experience with creative design to make your project a reality. Fully licensed and insured architecture and construction management services. Call 724-652-1372 for more information. Newcastle Transit out-of-town scoreboard. Why drive when you can ride or relax? Daily routes to Pittsburgh as well as routes all around Lawrence County. Visit newcastletransit.org for more information and route schedules. And remember, senior citizens ride for free. The big one we're keeping an eye on tonight in 6A, Newcastle at the end of one, 14-11 over Fox Chapel. On the girls' side, Elwood City beats Beaver Falls tonight, 59-54. Let's talk a little bit about that Newcastle game, because we will monitor that the rest of the way. Again, Newcastle wins tonight. They're going to win the section because they would have tiebreaker over Fox Chapel. They beat Seneca Valley the second time through, so they would have and Seneca Valley ends up losing a game behind them anyway, so they then would have a 2-game lead or a game-and-a-half lead over Seneca Valley. They can't make it up. Newcastle's got one more game against North Allegheny, so yeah, there could be some things that happen, but they handle business on Friday night. They're going to be section champs. No more of this wait until the last night of the regular season. They're firmly in the playoffs now, too.
Yeah, and not a surprise. I mean, last year was kind of an aberration of what we see from Newcastle. Just kind of, a lot of things just didn't go their way late in the season with some injuries and other parts that they had last year. This year, this team is focused, and again, we talk about it many times. Coach Blundo is such a dynamic coach on the bench. His coaching staff gets the most out of their players. It's not going to be an easy challenge here tonight against Fox Chapel, but it is something that they can handle. And if they can put it away here tonight, and in a sense make Friday night's game more of a let's get ready for the Whipple, that's going to be even better. There's just not surprising to see Newcastle, the smallest team basically in 6A, challenging in their section.
Friday night we'll have Newcastle and North Allegheny, and also we'll have the showdown between Neshannock and Union. That'll come your way Friday night. Both games tip at 7:30. More on that in our post-game show tonight. That's your UPMC at the halftime show. UPMC Orthopedic Care is Lawrence and Mercer County's local choice for sports medicine services. To schedule an appointment at any of the 4 Lawrence County locations, call 724-983-7000. It's going to be Mohawk ball to start the second half. They need buckets in a hurry, and they need to get hot in a hurry too. Again, just 1 of 9 in the second quarter, 4 points. And they shoot 6 of 17 in the first half. They get it started here with the regular 5 as Nail spins. Good patience by Nail as he'll get the first shot of the second half to fall.
Yeah, very similar to what they did to start the game. Got it inside to Joey Nail. He took advantage of it, made a nice play, waited for the player to get up in the air, and then went underneath him for the bucket.
And Council is going to get called for the double dribble.
This is what's going to be key. If you can cause the turnovers, you have to take advantage on the opposite end. They're going to press. They're going to make you work getting the ball over at the timeline. But most important is when you get into your offense, run it completely and be secured with the ball.
Newcastle, by the way, at the half is up 22-17. This could be potentially here an early, and never mind, because Good's going to intercept that, go right to the bucket and throw it down with one hand. 9th turnover for Mohawk tonight. And for Good, who had foul trouble in the first half, he has 4. 2 big ones there to get him right back.
Again, in passing zone, you've got to make sure you can't be timid with the ball if you're the Warriors. There's another timid pass.
Another one, and Pratt trying to outrun Fadden. Nice hesitation and layup by Pratt, who's got 16 tonight. He is a special, special talent. And he is maybe not even played his best basketball yet, but Fadden has that one altered. And the rebound by the Quips, and you just sense right now they are off and running. As Good is going to take it all the way and lay it in.
They feel that desire to try to take firm control of this ball game, and they really have with a 39-21 lead. And it's coming right out at halftime, getting into passing zones, getting easy turnovers, and taking those transitions into points.
Pontius Insurance timeout. Get the best rates and customer service by calling a local agent at Pontius Insurance or online at pontiusinsurance.com. Reminder that coming up after the game, we'll announce the Maley Chiropractic play of the game. I think Aliquippa might actually have 2 in the early running for that.
Yes.
Seasonal allergies or changes in weather can affect how you feel on a daily basis. Headaches, joint pain, sinus pressure, even congestion can all be alleviated by chiropractic work. Call Maley Chiropractic to schedule your appointment today. Aliquippa has hit 12 in a row between the second and early part of the third quarter.
Yeah, and they've had good looks at the ball, and they've gotten into the lane and got easy shots. I mean, that's really the last 3 transition baskets were all a matter of getting out in front, getting into the lane, and laying it up at the hoop. One was a dunk, the other 2 were nice, easy layups, and that's exactly what they try to do defensively. They want to get into passing zone, cause havoc, get out in front, and get uncontested baskets, or have a guy trailing, make a foul, and they take advantage of it, getting either a 3-point play or go into the line.
We talked about Pratt and his brother at Lincoln Park. His brother, L.A., went to Elon, and then he transferred to Northeastern, where he is now averaging about 11 a game. Pratt he had 2 offers in the AAU circuit this summer, and then he just explodes after that. Now he's got offers from Liberty, FDU, Weber, State, LaSalle, William & Mary, Columbia, Lafayette, Pepperdine. I mean, he is starting to rack up offers. There's another Mohawk turnover as Council and 1.
That Council went right down there, and it was just a matter of they reached in and get it. That's going to go against Bobby Fadden. That'll be his first. And this is how the Quips just continue to add on, getting those turnovers, getting to the line.
They do not let you up for air. As Council front ends the free throw. There is one hiccup tonight. It's the free throw shooting by Aliquippa. That has not been a factor, though. They're up by 20 here with 5:55 to go. This is teetering on mercy roll as Fadden sends one in the air and drains it. And we're going to get a net tied up there, so Reddick will jump up and get that taken care of.
I mean, that's in the first quarter. How the Warriors cut back into it was from the three-point line. They went dry late in the second quarter, and now starting the third, they're going to have to find a way to defensively get some stops and get good quality looks. If they're from outside, great, but they got to get some inside too.
Underneath again, Council banging around in traffic, and he gets 2 more.
The spacing that the Quips use and getting inside the lane, getting backdoor passes has been really impressive.
He is much more of a scoring threat inside than Lindsey was a year ago as Pizzula misses the 3. And that's not to say that Lindsey was shabby on the basketball court, but he was more of a defender, rim protector,
right,
aggressive on the glass. As Pratt, slick move, he pulls up, can't connect, and there's Pizzula. That is the first miss dating back to the first quarter for Aliquippa, and another turnover. They got numbers the other way, and Reddick lays it in.
Reddick with 6.
Fadden comes down the other way, and he is fouled. Will shoot 2. I just don't know what you do against him. And, you know, we're watching this unfold here tonight. Mohawk has not played bad. I mean, I think we need to make that clear.
Right.
The other team is just that much better.
Exactly. That's why every little mistake turns into a big opportunity against you. And that's what has transpired here in the second and early in the third quarter.
There is a reason why this team is about to win a 40th consecutive, well, it's not 40th consecutive, but 40 and 41 section games dating back to 21 and 22. Fadden will connect on the second. I mean, that's absurd. 39-1 in section play.
Yeah.
And the Seton LaSalle team that beat him was pretty good that year, too, if I remember correctly. 3 state championship appearances. They won it last year in 2A. Going to be a heavy favorite again this year. I shouldn't say they're going to be a heavy favorite. They are the heavy favorite.
Yeah.
Inside, Council once again lost it. Good defense by Fadden that time. Another way, Fadden doing a little one-on-one, little Euro step by Bobby Fadden, and he lays it in. Tough basket. They're having to work so hard for these points in this game. It's a 14-point lead or a 17-point lead.
You know, if you're Mohawk right now, can't think about 14-point lead, but you can think about cutting it down to single digits and getting it into the fourth quarter.
Reddick, and that rims out. Fadden the other way, one-on-one off the glass, and he'll shoot 2 more.
But that's what they need to do. They need to drive to the lane, you know, with Fadden, with Rhoda, get it inside the nail. Try to pick up some fouls. Try to get to the line. You're such a good shooting team from the line. You're shooting over 70% for a team. You got to take advantage of what your strengths are.
Fadden's first is in and out. Again, after the game, we'll also announce our MVP of the game, brought to you by MVP Insurance. Get in the game at MVP Insurance, where they coach clients to better prices, better coverage. Call MVP for the win. Is Fadden going to get a lane violation on Good? Free throw attempt was good by Fadden. And he's going to get 1 more. That's going to be on Khalil Good, and that's going to be his 4th.
Really the only player in foul situation there tonight.
It's going to go in the books as a turnover because it was on the free throw attempt. So Mohawk will have possession. Fadden made the bucket. They would let him reshoot if he missed. But he didn't make that second one, so it is Mohawk possession. Good opportunity here for the Warriors.
You got to convert with opportunities for extra plays. Here's Dale.
There it is, Nail. Good feed from Drew. 45-31, Aliquippa with 3:28 to go, and Nick Lakovich wants a timeout. And he's going to get one. Pontius Insurance timeout. Called by Aliquippa. Visit PontiusInsurance.com to request a quote for auto, home, business, or life insurance as they start the third quarter at Fox Chapel. We'll keep an eye on that game. I want to remind you, too, that we do have a couple of podcasts coming up for you. Tomorrow night, James Dotson will have a short version of our Beyond the Scoreboard podcast to update the playoff scenarios with 1 game in the regular season remaining. Podcast is brought to you by Penn Ohio Bottled Water. Call Penn Ohio Bottled Water for delivery of 3 or 5 gallon water cooler systems or get cases of bottles delivered to your home or work. Let Penn Ohio Bottled Water do the heavy lifting and bring refreshing water to your door. We'll come back with a little bracketology over the weekend, either Saturday or Sunday, when we know everybody who is in. There's still a couple of playoff spots that are up for grabs in some of the classifications. And then we'll have a full breakdown of the tournament once the brackets are announced sometime on Monday. We'll have that preview for you Tuesday or Wednesday night of next week. And then the WPIAL tournament gets underway on Thursday night, February 13th. So if you got Valentine's Day plans, throw them out the window. Basketball, Valentine's Day night, that'll be the way to go.
No question about it.
At a gym near you somewhere.
It's February in high school basketball. Enough said.
Again, it's going to be a long march, no pun intended, to the Giants Center because the state finals are a week later this year. The final weekend in March due to a scheduling conflict, so this is going to go for 2 more months yet. As nice give and go back and foul as Ingram throws one up, and he's going to go to the line to shoot 2. That's going to be on Drew Rona.
That'll be his second.
And we look forward to dissecting the brackets for you. There is a lot to get to, and 2 of the deeper classes in the WPIAL this postseason are going to be this 3A bracket. And how about the 2A bracket with the likes of Union, Neshannock. Oh, by the way, Sewickley Academy's got 2 monsters, and they are just taking apart everybody at the 2A level. That's going to be a lot of fun coming up and potential matchups right and left.
Once we get to this February, we end the regular season, get into the playoffs. It's just such a great madhouse, as I like to look at it. Great matchups, great opportunities for teams to advance and see what they can do. We have a little blood on the floor maybe, or just we need to wipe down?
Something that needs cleaned up.
Yeah.
Over on the far side. Out-of-town scoreboard update from Fox Chapel, brought to you by the Newcastle Transit Authority. It is 26-17 Newcastle. They're in front of Fox Chapel. That is the game of the night in Lawrence County as Newcastle trying to get that section title. It'll be a fantastic turnaround as Ingram makes the free throw. Fantastic turnaround from last year. Remember, I know you remember it well last year when they went down to the last night and didn't get to the tournament.
You know, last year they had trouble at home late in the season. They just, couldn't quite get past a couple teams, and it really made a difference. This year, they've been able to hold their home court and go on the road and win, which has been very impressive what they have achieved. But this is what the Warriors need to do. They got to work it inside, got to get to the line. Joey Nail is such a workhorse for them. He's an unsung hero. He works inside, gets rebounds, can get those easy buckets, can draw fouls. They need him here to try to cut this lead down.
Nails, first one is off the mark. Joey Nails 62% on the season. See what Newcastle can do. We are keeping an eye on that game. If you do want to tune into that late, that is on the Trib Live High School Sports Network's
tough situation
platform.
there for the Warriors where Joey Nail unable to connect at the line. And this remains a 15-point lead here for the Quips.
Got to make those free throws. 2.5 to go in the third. Aliquippa remaining hot from the floor here in the third quarter. And Mohawk playing a little bit better, but there is just such a tough mountain to climb in this contest tonight. Good ball movement by the Quips, and they're going to get good. Rather, that is Ingram for the turnover.
Yeah, the old up and down traveling call.
It's the 7th Aliquippa turnover tonight. Fadden, oh, nice stop, and he pulls up and gets it to go. Bobby Fadden with a nice move. He's trying to keep his team in it.
Yeah, 2 minutes here to play. You got to try to cut this down to 10 points or less going into the fourth quarter.
So the LCAP replay there is Fadden having another big night. Talk about him historically as he is closing in on the career scoring mark. I mean, he is giving it a run here as Council once again, no. Rebound tapped out of there, and Logan's going to have it.
Big defense there for the Warriors, tapping that ball, getting that rebound, preventing the Quips from a second shot.
Rona's fouled on the floor.
Another big possession here. Each possession is going to matter here for the Warriors, trailing by 13. But they got to convert. They got to find a way to move the ball around, not be timid with their passing, and be able to get it. But Rona will actually go to the line, as that is the 5th personal foul against the Quips here in the quarter.
Talking about Fadden and what he is trying to accomplish here. Tim Glass is the all-time leading scorer at Mohawk with 1661. Rona makes the missed the first. The next in line for Bobby Fadden is going to be a special one because it would be his uncle, Brian Fadden, as Rona goes 0 for 2.
Now he went 1 of 2.
1 of 2, I beg your pardon. Cuts it down to a 12-point lead with 1:20 to go. So big possession here for Mohawk defensively.
Got to make them earn it. If they ended up converting, so be it, but you got to make them earn it.
Timeout called by Nick Lakovich and Aliquippa, beg your pardon. 1:08 to go, Pontius Insurance timeout.
It's actually a good timeout for the Warriors. They get to kind of get a rest, get their focus back on defense, what they got to do. You're going to spend more energy on defense than you do offense. So you got to be prepared coming out of this because you know that Coach Lakovich is going to have some type of set play here, looking probably to get inside and out, maybe try to get Good down low or Pratt loose, who's already has 18 points here tonight.
Again, coming up on Friday night, we'll have doubleheader for you, audio only over at the Fieldhouse as Newcastle takes on North Allegheny, and then we'll also have coverage for you of the Neshannock Union game. That'll come your way at 7:30 as the Lancers have locked up the section and they're trying to finish the regular season 18-2. Good season by John Corey's team, and see if they can have some playoff success this year. They had to earn their way into states last year. It was a quick exit for the Lancers. Let's see if they hang around a little longer this year, maybe make some noise in 2A. That is, again, a very deep bracket for 2A as Aliquippa will take some air out here and hold possibly for the final shot of the quarter. Talk a little bit about the playoffs in the fourth quarter and some of the seeding decisions that the committee is going to have to make. It's going to be a tough call in some cases, and I'll tell you about what we think about Mohawk's chances here, because the 5 losses if Mohawk is not successful here tonight, is Rona going to get whistled for the foul with 17 seconds left. Actually, that's going to go against Logan. It's the 3rd on Mohawk with 17.2 left. Big stop here. I mean, they're down by 12. It's a, I mean, you want to break down the math. It's a 4-possession game. Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Every defensive possession is huge here, especially at the end of the quarter, down to under 8 seconds. Pratt gets it over, and almost a travel there. Is they're not going to get a shot off. They do right at the end of the quarter. As Banks fires one, and it's off the mark, and that's how we'll close the 3rd. So Mohawk's got some work left. It's a 12-point lead for Aliquippa as we go to the 4th quarter here on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
Your hip, your knee, your shoulder, whatever has been holding you back, UPMC Orthopedic Care is where you'll find experts to help you get back to a better quality of life. UPMC is pioneering minimally invasive surgeries, and we offer personalized treatment plans and same-day surgery to get you home and moving sooner. It's your ankle, your elbow, your hand, and it's your move. Visit upmc.com/ortho to learn how UPMC can help.
Right now, someone very special needs your help. This is Jack Lynn, CEO of City Rescue Mission. No one is beyond God's love and care. One person's life can affect another. Though you may never meet this person, you can make a difference in his or her life. Hurting men and women in our community desperately need food, shelter, and physical and spiritual care. Some are struggling with abuse and addiction. They feel alone, unloved, and forgotten. Individual, caring people provide their hope. You can help change the lives of men, women, and children. Visit cityrescuemission.org and help us today.
Back here at Mohawk High School, Eric Thomas, Tim Continenza with you. It's the start of the fourth quarter, 46-34. Aliquippa in front of Mohawk. Mohawk 5 of 7 in the third. Aliquippa 60%. They shot 6 of 10. They are 21 of 27 from the floor for the game. And they have been every bit as dominant, although, again, this is just a 12-point game now with 8 minutes to go.
You know, one of the keys you talked about, Eric, starting the game is winning quarters for Mohawk. They won the first and the third. They just were decisively beat it in the second quarter, you know, by 16 points, and that's really the difference in the game.
Trying to continue that uphill climb is Mohawk here. Halftime score, Neshannock leads Laurel 33-18. That's on the boys' side. And Laurel is going to fight for its playoff life coming up on Friday night against Western Beaver. Good little pick and roll as Council is going to get the bucket and fouled.
Yeah, he made a great first step to the hole, and a nice bounce pass led to him. And unfortunately, Fadden trailing him, just got a finger on the elbow, and that caused the foul call.
Council's had a huge night tonight. 17 now for Council. Just a junior, by the way. A lot of players on this team, underclass for Aliquippa. They are going nowhere next year. They're going to be right back in the same position, you would assume, again. Football program welcoming Mike Warfield back as the head coach as Rona, and he, let's see, traveled. Kind of gotten fouled.
Yeah, got a little off balance there. It's been a physical game. They've let them play on both sides.
Now, we said Drew Rona was going to be a key tonight. He only has 6. They've held him in check for the most part. 15-point lead as Reddick looking for more.
Yeah, he got fouled going to the hoop, but it was on the floor.
It's going to be on Drew Rona. That's Drew's third. Might as well. I mean, Mohawk has to like their chances if it comes down to free throw shooting here. They put Aliquippa on the line.
Yeah, and that's one of the things they got to think about here, and I'm sure that's part of the strategy.
Nope. Reddick is going to make him think a little harder because he just buries another 3, and it's 52-34. Fadden cuts through. Bobby gets it to roll, and he's fouled.
Yeah, that's earning your points there for Bobby Fadden, going into the lane on the right side, hanging up, picking up the foul, rolling the ball into the hoop, and an opportunity for the three-point play to match the three-ball that the Quips had previously.
Fadden with 22 tonight. Came into the game sitting, and we mentioned his uncle next in line on the scoring list, Brian Fadden at 1586. Bobby entering tonight was 97 away as he drains the free throw. Cut into that a little further. He's going to end up number 2 all time as far as boys basketball goes by the time the season's over. He may make a run at number 1 just yet if they extend into the state tournament. And then good luck to anybody coming up behind him that tries to break that as he adds to it next year.
He has been fun to watch the last few years, hasn't he? Only a junior, right?
I sometimes wonder what he's more fun at watching, football or basketball. Step back by Pratt. That was pretty. Pratt was quiet in the third, only had a bucket. Now he's got 19. Is Fadden the other way, and he'll shoot 2 more.
Big 3 throws. Anytime the clock is stopped, an opportunity to shoot throws, important to cut into this lead. It's a big one to come back from at this stage of the game. But got to take advantage of every opportunity you get.
Anthony Ingram is back in for Council. That was Council's third foul. Beg your pardon, his fourth foul. And the fourth on Aliquippa, so one more and Mohawk shoots the rest of the way, and we still have 5:58 to go in the contest. So chance here. Again, it's a 16-point lead, but if they can get stops like that, and then
yeah, they got to convert on the offensive side of the ball when they get the opportunity. And right now, you just want to score points. Obviously, good looks. If that's in the paint or if that's outside, that's fine. You want quality looks. You don't want to really turn the ball over on a timid pass.
Fadden probably ought to touch it every trip down the floor. No uncork a three. Rona's there for the rebound. Nice find underneath the nail. Reverses pivot and he scores. And Mike O'Leary is going to call another timeout with 5:28 to play. It's a Pontius Insurance timeout. Call agent Dan Pontius, Jessica Dix, or Tracy Giddens to get started today, or you can visit them online at pontiusinsurance.com. Check the out-of-town scoreboard update brought to you by the Newcastle Transit Authority. We mentioned Neshannock is up on Laurel 33-18 at the half. That Newcastle game against Fox Chapel, and a big game for Newcastle as they are trying to hold on against Fox Chapel and get that section title. 6A. I mean, it's going to be so much fun with Amani. Seems like they're back to what we thought they might be. Upper St. Clair. I mean, Upper St. Clair is so good that one of the players from Sewickley was on the Upper St. Clair roster. They didn't have any room for him.
Right.
He goes to Sewickley, and it might be the best player on the floor for Sewickley. I mean, it just tells you how deep Upper St. Clair is. Upper St. Clair, by the way, also beat the defending state champ Central York earlier this season by a bucket. Central York just blitzed through the rest of District 3 and beat Imhotep in a showcase over Martin Luther King weekend. They lost to State College last night, so that's a huge upset as they continue to try to defend their 6A state title. Won a season ago against Parkland, but they might be looking at a rematch with Upper St. Clair in the western half of the bracket for the right to get to Hershey to play for a state title. That's going to be a fun tournament as well. Newcastle has a 14-point lead now in the fourth, 37-23. Here it's a 14-point lead for Aliquippa. Under 5 to go.
Just want to remind everybody we have the Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game and the MVP Insurance Award coming up after tonight's game too. So story still to be told.
Underneath and the foul on Nail.
Yeah, got it with his trailing hand. He got his hands on his body. He did make the nice block, but his hand behind him was using it as leverage to get to that block.
Second on Nail. And that's going to send Anthony Ingram to the line for 2. Now we talk so much, too, about the depth of this Mohawk team. They have, aside from Peters, not tapped into their bench tonight at all. JP Peters got the, Jackson Peters got the start tonight for senior night.
Yeah, senior.
And other than that, we have not seen anybody else. Michael Lair has gone with just pretty much the regular starting 5 plus 1 tonight. Pizzulo has been quiet. He only has a bucket.
Yeah, he had the 3 early in the second half, and that was about, or first half, I should say, and really has not been seen here tonight offensively.
4:25 to play, 16-point lead for Aliquippa. Fadden, did a nice Euro step too strong off the glass. Nail battling for the rebound, but he turns it over.
Yeah, just cutting into the passing lane there. He tried to get it to Fadden. And the Quips just continue to show their defensive prowess as they just building on their lead.
14 turnovers tonight for Mohawk. This is also the mark of a smart team here. Aliquippa playing out possessions now, up by 16. You got the complete package in this Aliquippa team, and the only thing they may lack is a little bit of height. And there's a nice give underneath. They work that back door once again.
The spacing that they use, the discipline on that, has been impressive here tonight. Was that Council?
That was Reddick who had the bucket. 18-point lead. Yeah, the only thing that this team, I mean, you could say is they just don't have a pure post presence.
They don't, but they don't really need it in a sense if they're going to spread the ball the way they do and really challenge passes in the zone. They're on top of the ball. They play tight defense.
And Longmire, who is essentially their post guy.
He's a wide body.
Exactly. He can eat up some space. So it's not the Cam Lindsey show in the paint this season, but they have proven to be just as lethal on both sides of the ball as they've been. Pratt, good move to the bucket, and Pratt with 2 more.
I got Pratt with 21.
20-point margin. Rona dials up a 3, and he gets it. Timeout call by Mike O'Lear and Mohawk. Pontius Insurance timeout with 2:40 to go. It's a full timeout. So, again, we'll remind you what's coming up later this week. We'll have a brief look at the end of the regular season with our Beyond the Scoreboard podcast delivered by Penn Ohio Bottled Water. That'll come your way tomorrow night. Stay refreshed by enjoying hot or cold water at the click of a button, or enjoy a cup of coffee with our bottom-loading water cooler option. So tomorrow night, Beyond the Scoreboard, and then Friday night, a doubleheader to close out the regular season as Newcastle will entertain North Allegheny at the Fieldhouse, and it'll be Neshannock and Union over at Union for the final regular season game. Mohawk will be back in action on Friday night, too. They play Freedom to close out the regular season. Aliquippa's got a couple of non-conference games, non-section games. I believe they play one on Monday night, assuming they play it. And they're already going to know their fate. Probably going to be the top seed in 3A. Would not see any reason why they won't be.
Yeah, it would be criminal not to have them the number 1 seed. And you can see it. I mean, this is the reason why they're 10-0 in this section coming into tonight's play. This is why, as you mentioned, they've lost only 1 section play in the last 4 years.
This Mohawk team, we wanted to know where they stand right now. Again, haven't played that bad. It's just the other team is
this
superhuman on the other side.
Yeah. Just shooting a high percentage here tonight, really defensively doing the job. You know, not putting themselves in bad situations at all. Very few of them. And, you know, have they really had the unforced turnover or the unforced play?
Pratt,
very disciplined team.
Very disciplined team. So where does this Mohawk team stand after tonight? They're going to lose to Aliquippa a second time. Their 5 losses are all to teams that combine 61-11 record. That's going into play tonight. If you take Aliquippa out of the equation, 46-8, those other 3 teams. So it's not like Mohawk hasn't tested themselves.
No, they've played well and they've represented themselves well in the section here. Another 2 points here for Bobby Fadden.
Newcastle now up 11, 42-31 on the Newcastle Transit out-of-town scoreboard update. A couple of turnovers here by Aliquippa in the waning minutes as Fadden will get 2 more. So can they make a run in 3A? That's the question. Can they get another round with Aliquippa on a bigger stage?
They definitely have the ability to advance in the tournament. I mean, obviously it depends on the draw and where they're seated against and who they got to face. But this is a team that's going to finish second in this section. And you got 3 teams, you know, who have quality section records. Obviously, Aliquippa is going to be undefeated. Mohawk's going to have 2 losses to Aliquippa. And then Elwood City is 7-3 coming into tonight's play. So, you know, in the end, you got to give them a lot of credit. You look at some of the other sections, you know, Keystone Oaks 6-2 with a winning record. South Park 6-2. Waynesburg 6-2.
This is going to be the big one here with Canavan because Canavan again, they are 11-8. They've played a tough schedule, but they haven't beaten those teams on that tough schedule.
Exactly.
So if you're going to look at them as being a section champ, you almost would make the case that Mohawk should be seated higher, given that the level of competition has been stronger.
Well, exactly. If you're going to go by level of competition versus winning a section, having an advantage, there's no question in my mind you should seat a Mohawk higher than a Bishop Canevin.
South Allegheny still 8-0. They're 17-2.
There's going to be those who will always say winning a section deserves a higher seed just because you've done something that's, you achieved a goal during the season. But each section's a little stronger and weaker than others, or more, even will play. And I look at it just as overall winning 16 games, this season for Mohawk. That's a nice number.
I think the
you got to look at what you did outside the league as much as you have to look at what you did inside section. You know what I'm saying?
WPIAL, if they want to do things the right way, needs to implement a power rating system.
Yes.
Where you factor in strength of schedule and win-loss and all that.
And it would also factor in some of your non-sectional play. There's Pratt again.
Yeah, I mean, you do a power rating, you go by strength of schedule. It would obviously include just the things that are out of the section. As Pizzullo misses a 3, we're inside 20 seconds, and Aliquippa is going to win this thing going away. It's another strong shooting performance by the Quips, another dominating performance by the Quips. Mohawk hung tough for a while. They showed some fight. That second quarter, just a little bit too much to overcome as Aliquippa is going to wrap up the section, and they win it tonight 65-48 over Mohawk. Aliquippa goes to 16-3 overall and 11-0 in section play. They are the Section 1 champs in 3A. Mohawk falls to 16-5 overall and 9-2 in section play. One more section game to go on Friday night as they will take on Freedom to close out the regular season. We'll have our post-game show for you by the Tri-County Principals Association. We'll give out our play of the game, our MVP of the game, and recap the scoring and look at the out-of-town scoreboard update one more time before we're done here tonight. 65-48 your final. Aliquippa wins it on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
That was awesome.
Does your blueprint not match the vision of your building project? Not with Creative Edge Architecture. From concept to creation, Jeff Measle will help tackle the complex problems, creating design solutions and construction experience. Creative Edge gives you the edge design and construction meet.
I love what I do because coming in every day is different.
How can you not enjoy these kids coming up and hugging you and giving you these great smiles all throughout the day?
You guys ready? Seeing the progress that our kids make every single day is one of the reasons I love coming to school. What should we do?
We have fun.
LCAP Early Learning Centers is hiring. Help empower young minds in Lawrence County and become a superhero today. Apply at lcap.org.
Thank you for calling AXE. Where can we take you today?
To work, to the store, to Grandma's house. AXE can get you there, but it's much more than a ride. It's a joyride.
It's so convenient for them. We take them door to door. We help them get off and on the bus if they need it. They use the lifts.
I love the people, especially the senior citizens.
They care about us as much as we care about them.
Even if it's the same day, to schedule your joyride, call AXE today.
Looking for a unique way to expand your business? Advertise on the Lawrence County SportsNet and be seen by thousands of viewers in the area and around the country on over 100 broadcasts each year. Visit lcsportsnet.com and click Advertise with LCSN.
Cold winds blowing, temperatures dropping, and snow is beginning to fall. And then your furnace goes out. LCAP's LIHEAP Crisis Program is here to help. If your furnace is blowing cold air, not turning on, or not reaching the desired temperature, help is right around the corner, whether it needs fixed or replaced. For information, call the Department of Healthy Homes at 724-656-0090. LCAP's Healthy Home programs are the key to safer living.
When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there. MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Mathur and David Verratti want to provide you with the level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of the locations in Zingleople or in New Springfield, Ohio. Call MVP for the win, proud sponsor of the MVP of the game on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Your hip, your knee, your shoulder, whatever has been holding you back, UPMC Orthopedic Care is where you'll find experts to help you get back to a better quality of life. UPMC is pioneering minimally invasive surgeries, and we offer personalized treatment plans and same-day surgery to get you home and moving sooner. It's your ankle, your elbow, your hand, and it's your move. Visit upmc.com/ortho to learn how UPMC can help.
Lawrence County SportsNet is proud to honor Newcastle's Ralphie Blundo as the January Red Zone Male Athlete of the Month for scoring his 1,000th career point. LC SportsNet is also proud to honor Elwood City's Kayla Jones as the January Female Athlete of the Month for also eclipsing the 1,000 career point mark. Congratulations and best of luck to 1,000 point scorers Kayla Jones and Ralphie Blundo, the January Red Zone Athletes of the Month.
Welcome back to the Tri-County Principals Association postgame show from Mohawk High School. Aliquippa, the #1 team in AAA, wins it tonight 65-48 over Mohawk. The Quips wrap up Section 1 in 3A as they go to 11-0 in section play. And a tremendous season for them as they have won 40 of their last 41 section games.
Impressive.
The last 4 seasons. Unbelievable run for Nick Lakovich and his team. They'll be the favorite going into the AAA tournament, both at the district and state level for sure. Let's run down the scoring recap. Tonight's scoring recap brought to you by Gem Master Builders and Craftsmen. As Josh Pratt tonight led Aliquippa with 25, 17 for Marcus Council, 11 for Antonio Reddick, 6 for Khalil Good, 3 apiece for Rasan Banks and Anthony Ingram to give the Quips a total of 65 points. Aliquippa tonight, 27 of 35 shooting. They missed 8 shots tonight.
That is unbelievable.
Had a stretch where they hit 13 in a row at one point between the second and third quarter. They were just absolutely unstoppable tonight shooting the ball from the floor. Mohawk led tonight by Bobby Fadden with 28 points, 9 for Drew Rona, 8 for Joey Nail, 3 for Vinny Pizzulo, as Jackson Peters and Blake Logan both played but did not score. Nobody else got in the game for Mohawk. They finished tonight 16 of 32, so not a bad night shooting as they really pick it up in the fourth quarter, 5 of 8 to try to make this a game. They were 11 of 24 going into the quarter, 16 of 32, so not a bad finish. That's 30% or 50% from the floor. So a good night for them. Look, Mohawk played a pretty good game tonight. I mean, I think we know that they can hang for a while. They just need that little extra oomph to put them over the edge. But I think that we feel pretty good about them tonight after the showing here tonight. Much better showing tonight than their first game against Aliquippa.
Oh, there's no question about it. When you look at it, they won 2 of the 4 quarters here tonight. Yeah, both of them by 2 points, but they were able to hang with them. And as you mentioned, the shooting percentage that Aliquippa had, when they went for 13 straight in the second and third quarter, that's just unbelievable number. You don't see that every day. I don't care what team you're looking at what level.
Duquesne wasn't beating
exactly.
Aliquippa if Aliquippa's shooting.
Exactly.
You're 27 to 35.
Exactly. You get a shooting level of that percentage at that level. It's just you're not gonna win against a team that hot. And you got to give them a lot of credit. They challenge defensively. That's what those teams do really well. They kept Mohawk under 50 points here tonight. Again, this is what they've done all season long. It starts on the defensive side, but when you shoot at that level, it's difficult for any team to challenge against that.
That's your Gem Master Builders and Craftsmen scoring recap. Family owned and operated general contractor for 4 generations. Their extensive construction experience, design capabilities, and creative process allow them to help any project and meet any challenge. Building the community for 70 years. Visit gembuilders.com for more information. Let's take one final look at the out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by the Newcastle Transit Authority. Save money on gas and let the Newcastle Transit Authority take you where you want to go. Serving the city of Newcastle and stops throughout Lawrence County. The Newcastle Transit Authority, going your way. Out-of-town scoreboard now is hanging on to a 12-point lead against Fox Chapel as they are trying to wrap up Section 1 of 6A and sweep Fox Chapel for the second time, beat them for the second time this season and sweep the season series. So they're on track to do that. There's a little over 2 minutes to go in that game. You can watch the conclusion of that over on the Trib Live High School Sports Network if you so desire. On the other side of things tonight, it was Neshannock with a lead over Laura. We don't have a final score on that one just yet, so we'll get that if we pass it along, or pass it along if we get it for you tonight. And Laurel on Friday night from Beaver. So a big game for Laurel coming up on Friday night. They're going to lose tonight, it looks like, to Neshannock, and then have to go into Friday night with a winning game situation. So those are the key matchups tonight. Shenango also defeats Western Beaver tonight. That's a good win for Shenango. They end up closing out, or they will close out the regular season on Friday. 79-62, Shenango, the winner over
Your voice.
so, and then Neshannock takes on Union over at Union. James Dotson and I have the call of that one for you at 7:30 as well, as those two clash for the final time in the regular season as well. Look, complete performance tonight by Aliquippa. Mohawks got nothing to be ashamed of. They're going to head into the playoffs. They got enough weapons to make a run. Maybe this is the second of 3 matchups between these two tonight. Who knows? But if they are successful and see this Aliquippa team down the line, that's going to mean 2 things. 1, possibly playing for a WPIAL championship, and 2, likely for sure they're going to be in the state tournament if they meet them again. So still a ton to play for if you're Mohawk.
Oh, absolutely. Well, no question about it. It's not a end-of-the-world type game here tonight. You're going to finish second in your section. You've proven yourself throughout the season that you deserve a playoff spot and an opportunity to make a run, and they're capable of doing it. They have enough players. They have enough depth to get it. Now, things have to go their way. They have to get a good draw. They have to have scenarios, present themselves. But as you mentioned, this could be just the second of 3 matchups with Aliquippa. And you know what? You're going to learn every time you go by. And I honestly think if they get a third shot, it's going to be even a better game than we've seen here tonight. And tonight was a better game than we've seen 2 weeks ago in Aliquippa.
Yeah, it certainly was. They definitely played the Quips tighter tonight. They had a lead after 1. They hung around in the third. They didn't allow the damage to get too out of hand. And they just could not overcome a 20-4 second quarter. They only scored 4 points in that second quarter and shot 1 of 9. That was too much to overcome tonight against the reigning 2A champs who are going to try to win a 3A title this year in the Aliquippa Quips. That's going to do it for us here tonight. For all of our staff here, Matt, Garrett, Ashley, everybody working behind the scenes with the Lawrence County Sports Network. Big thanks to all of our production crew here tonight. Big thanks to the staff at Mohawk, and a quick shout out to Dr. D'Amico at Aliquippa, who gave us some information in the week leading up to the game. We really appreciate that. Jen, thank you very much for all your help, as we'll be looking forward to talking to you down the line too for the state playoffs as well. We'll talk to you Friday night for the final night of the regular season. This has been the Tri-County Principals Association post-game show. Final score for the final time. Aliquippa wins it tonight 65-48. You saw it live right here on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP. See you Friday night.
Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.